again to the Super Bowl edition of
Can't say
the
again.
gender tag. We've tried to record this many times, so that's that.
She'll appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm Sarah,
I'm Lauren.
and here we go.
So, number 1, how do you self-identify your gender? And what does that definition mean to you?
Well, I personally identify as a woman, gender-wise. Biologically, also a woman, so I feel like I'm, a woman in both. And I think it just, for me, is acting in a way that is feminine. Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
So I would say that I do identify as a woman. Not always the easiest thought process in my brain because I am more masculine. But I had to come to the conclusion that I am both biologically and gender identify as a woman. I just prefer to be more masculine and not as hold onto the more stereotypical feminine roles.
Okay. What pronouns honor you?
Would be she, her, hers. Because
Same.
I identify as a woman and I'm biologically a woman.
Right. Same. Describe the style of clothing that you most often wear. Okay, for me, it's very in between feminine and masculine. I feel like a little bit more towards the feminine side. However, I don't really enjoy wearing dresses. I mean, like, on occasions, I enjoy wearing it, but on a day-to-day, it's basically just, like, jeans, probably a pair of Vans, and a t-shirt. Not very feminine, but also not masculine.
I would say my day-to-day look, style-wise, is pretty much what I'm wearing right now. I'm going to be wearing a button-down, probably some sort of backwards hat, occasionally forwards. Jeans and sneakers or boots or some sort. So I definitely dress more masculinely. I do occasionally dress in a more feminine way, but that's usually not per my own choice. Usually the choice of family events. And I know personally, like, I will go dress more like a man would dress. But I just feel like that doesn't need to be incorporated to my gender.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
clothing.
All right. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave? What do you choose not to shave?
Okay, so I'll field this question first. More times than not, especially on a regular day-to-day basis, I don't like getting up early, so I'm not going to get up too early to do anything much with my hair. I'm probably going to get in the shower before class and then just go out with wet hair and just let it air dry because my hair air dries pretty straight anyways. I do, if I'm going to go out with people, then I'm probably going to take the time to actually blow dry and, like, make sure my hair is, like, really straight and looking better. Overall, though, like, on a day-to-day basis, I don't put too much effort in. Being that I have blonde hair, it's not that hard to actually get around the issue of body hair in general, because most of it does not come out dark, so it's not that visible. During the summertime and stuff like that, and if I have to wear shorts or people are going to be seeing my legs, I'm probably going to be shaving my legs. But personally, during the winter, I don't care too much, so I'm going to be lazy about it.
Yeah, that's valid. You're valid.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, thanks. Body hair. Okay, so my hair is very straight, but I make sure to straighten it because it gets frizzy at times. But I don't really, like, go crazy with my hair. Do you have facial hair? Yes. It definitely grows up here and also, like, on my sideburns, but either I, like, take this off and then I'll bleach my sideburns, but just aesthetically I don't like how it looks, so that's really why. I enjoy shaving, like, in general. I like the feeling of smooth legs, so I don't really wait until I have to shave. I kind of just do it on a regular basis. And I think that that's kind of just my choice, just because I don't enjoy the feeling of body hair, you know.
Understand. It gets uncomfortable.
It does get uncomfortable. So
I can't get too lazy because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, no. So that's why I choose to shave often. Talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What type of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? Do you want to?
You can feel that
Okay.
first if you want.
When it comes to makeup, I do like to wear makeup, like, a very natural look, I guess. I have really bad underbags, so I put some stuff on there. And then I like to, like, if I have something on my face, I enjoy covering that up. But I'm not the type to, like, sit and do my makeup all the time, because even though I like to do it, like, if we're going out, like, I'll find pleasure in doing my face. Like, I don't do it on a regular basis, just because it's a lot of work. Do you paint your nails? So I paint my toenails more often than my fingernails. It kind of just depends on, like, how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm feeling especially girly, like, I'll paint my nails for, like, 3 months, and then, like, it'll get to the point where I don't want to do it anymore. And it just goes back and forth. Yeah, nothing crazy in my decision to do so. Soaps and perfumes, I do like to smell good. I like when others smell good, so I choose to smell good. I have a lot of, like, Victoria's Secret, like, sprays, so I just do that a lot. And yeah, so if it smells good, I'm down for that. You know the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when it comes to cosmetics, I'm not a huge makeup person. I used to do my makeup more often and more religiously. Probably in high school, I pretty much did it every day of the week. But coming to college, more getting to be myself more often. You see me in a day going to class, and it's just a typical day. I don't have anything special going on. I'm probably not wearing makeup. But if I'm going out, I'm probably going to put on, like, light makeup to cover up the acne I have. And it's confusing whether that's a personal choice of mine or not, because I get harassed by my mother to cover my acne. So, but, like, I also do want to look good and not have to show up my acne when I'm 21 years old. So, so, like, I definitely will, like, make the effort to cover that up, especially if I'm having, like, a bad time with acne at the moment.
Yeah. Do you paint your nails?
Oh, I used to religiously paint my nails up until junior year of college, so last year. It was actually, I would religiously get them done every 2 weeks. I had gel nails.
Oh.
And I took pride in that, but then again, it was also, like, definitely, like, a mother-enforced kind of situation. Also, when I was in my junior year of high school, I broke this finger, and I messed up the nail bed, so I was self-conscious about it. So I like to have it covered. I've kind of gotten used to the fact that it's a little weird looking, but it's not too bad. It's not really noticeable to anyone else but me. So I stopped doing my nails partway through last year, because it was just, like, something that I didn't fully enjoy anymore. I used to enjoy it, but I was doing it for other people at that point, so I stopped. During the summertime, especially if I'm, like, going away somewhere, I might have, like, my toenails done and stuff like that. And that's more of a personal choice. And then when it comes to, like, body washes, perfumes, I'm definitely the kind of person that uses things like Old Spice. And I'll use, like, good smelling colognes and things like that. Just because, like, honestly, what girl doesn't like the smell of cologne? Why not wear it all the time anyways? Other people tell me I smell good, so it's fine. Like,
yeah.
I enjoy the smell, and I have friends of mine that also use, like, men's deodorant because they just really love that smell, and they get mad that smells like that need to be gendered in the first place.
Yeah.
So that's where I typically what I prefer to do with, like, soaps and, like, body sprays and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. No, I agree with the smell. Like, I wear men's deodorant for that reason.
Why is Winter Green Forest a man's smell? Like, I don't understand. It's a tree. When does tree have a gender?
Apparently it does. Have you ever experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? I don't think so. I mean, I've always had, like, long hair, so it's kind of just been, like, I don't know. No one's ever said anything, and I think that I've never, I've always, like, presented myself as kind of, like, feminine, so it's, like, it's not like people might think I'm a boy. Yeah.
I don't think you would get misgendered.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I actually have been misgendered, but it's usually more progressive places that are all about, like, being gender inclusive and transgender inclusive. So I think they take the view of how I'm dressed, and how I act with people around me as that maybe I'm transgender or something like that, because most people tell me I don't actually look like a guy. But, so I've been misgendered, called sir, and things like that. And honestly, it really doesn't bother me that much, because I do present masculinely. So, honestly, sometimes, like, I enjoy presenting masculinely, so I'm like, hey, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
People usually think of sir as, like, a powerful term, so I'm like, hey, they called me sir. They respect me.
I'll take it.
They respect me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Make sure that doesn't turn off. Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? So I feel like dysphoria is most like with your biological parts, right? No, I've never experienced that. I think I've always kind of been comfortable with being with as a woman. And I think that when no,
Does it affect you at all?
not really. I mean, like sometimes, like I know that there was a period in my past that like I kind of like to put on like men's shirts, but like having breasts doesn't really help with men's shirts because they're not meant for that. So I remember thinking like, oh man, this doesn't look as good, but I've never been like, I wish they weren't there.
This also comes like to a tricky question, like with like inner struggles that I've had in my life. So I've had some dysphoria in my life, just because like my whole life I've been the athletic one. So I'm like, am I supposed to be a boy? Like I don't know, but like I've come to the terms now that like I'm not. I don't want to be. So like it doesn't bother me now, but definitely when I was going through a lot emotionally and trying to figure things out, it bothered me. But also like being a girl that's rather flat-chested like that wasn't causing too much dysphoria to me. I always make jokes to my friends that like if I cut my hair off and like walked on a beach without a shirt on, no one would question me and say that's vulgar because they probably wouldn't notice that I had boobs. Like I just got bad luck on that end.
But I mean, it works out. Okay. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker of any children you may have? Definitely, yeah. I think I've always wanted to have kids, and I always like felt that I had to go the adoption route. But then I realized that you could do like, excuse me, you could do certain other things, and in terms of IVF, and I feel like I would definitely want to carry a child if me and my partner would have kids. Primary caretaker. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I would want to provide.
Stay at home.
Oh,
like the one who's like mostly responsible for taking care of the child. Like you might not necessarily like be a stay at home, but like even like when we talked about in class, like those like dual parent households that both work, the mom still usually is like the one that's mostly taking care of kids.
I mean, I don't know. I always just figured that like I would stay with them until they, until I had to go back to work, and then I'd get somebody to take care of them. So whatever that means, that is what I would like.
Okay, so you don't want to be like a stay-at-home mom at all?
No.
Okay. So I definitely want kids. I've been actually quite honestly great with kids. I've worked in a lot of programs in my life working with young kids. I adore little kids. I adore babies, things like that. And I love working with kids. So like I definitely know that I want my own kids. Personally in the situation, because I kind of have a choice in it. Because there's two options. I don't want to be the one who carries. Partially because, like, knowing some own genetic history in my family past and stuff, like, I'm worried about, like, if it's biologically mine, I don't want them getting anything bad from my side of the family, so that's part of the reason why I don't want to carry myself. But I overall, like, if it came down to push come to shove, like, oh, I'm not going to carry it, and if you don't carry it, we're not going to have kids, I would carry.
Yeah. Okay.
Or adopt. But I definitely want to make sure I have kids in my life. And I wouldn't want to be a stay-at-home mom or anything like that, because I do value the education I'm putting myself through. I'm going to be putting myself through many more years of school once I graduate here this May. So, like, I'm not doing that to stay at home and take care of my kids. Why would I put myself through, like, 8 more years of school beyond this?
Right.
To just give up my job. But, like, at the same time, I will be as involved as I can with taking care of my kids. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom, but, like, I want to be, like, fully involved. I wouldn't mind being, like, if it, like, was a dual working household, I don't mind being considered the primary caretaker. But, like, I'm not going to stay at home.
Yeah, no, same. Talk about money. Is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you choose to have one? Is it important to you that you earn more than your partner? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? Okay. I do think I would want to provide for my family financially. I'm very I believe that we should equally be doing it. I don't care that my partner makes more than me or if I make more than her. Like, it doesn't really affect me. When it comes to dates, I tend to be the one to pay more often. Yeah,
I figured that.
yeah, I'm very, I want to say generous, but it's like I kind of have that standard where it's like I'll pay first and then whatever. Not that I pay all the time, because I really do think that, you know, it should be equal. But for the first time, I'm always like, for sure, I'll pay for you. And do I get uncomfortable when others pay for me? It's more not because of like me being a woman and then them paying for me, but it's kind of just like I feel bad that they'd be paying for me. So I'll say like no, but then if they insist again, like I'll let them pay for me. That's not like a big thing.
So I also like definitely want to be providing for my family. Like I'm also aiming for a job that I know will like give my family a comfortable life. But I wouldn't be bothered by if my partner makes more than me. It's just the fact of life that some jobs make more than others. We went to careers for different things. Like I also wouldn't be bothered if I'm the one making more. Like it's just like luck of the draw. What kind of job you're in, that's how you make money. I definitely I would want it to be more equal, along the lines that like I'm not supporting someone, I don't want them supporting me.
Right.
And then when it comes about
for dates, yeah.
I'm definitely someone who pays majority of the time, and I kind of push that. But I think that has less to do with my gender identity. I might a little bit because I feel like I like to be chivalrous. But at the same time, like in all honesty, like personal life wise, like I did not grow up with very much money, so then I get kind of self conscious about that. And so now that like I make my own money because I work. I don't like other people paying for me just because like I didn't like having to worry about that when I was a kid. Yeah. So like now I feel like it's affected me a little bit more that I almost have to prove that like I can pay for myself and I can pay for you. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Situation. But definitely I think also has something to do with like the chivalry aspect that I like to pay for dates and things.
Yeah. I think that's like for me too. It's kind of just like all of that. Okay. Anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? I like this question because yes. When it comes, I feel like you don't really realize the impact that gender has until like you're kind of like growing up and you're discovering who you are. And I think a lot of people, have that view that it's like it's either male or female, you know. And for me, when I was kind of like trying to figure out like what my style was and like where I wanted to go, I always felt like it had to be either masculine or completely feminine, and I never found myself like in that role. So it's like I wouldn't be comfortable with my in the middle style. So like there was a time in my life where like I wore boxers and like I wore just guys' clothes, but I never felt comfortable, you know, like I knew that wasn't who I was. But then I would try to wear like dresses and skirts all the time, and I was like, that's not me either. So I think it's only been until like very recently that I've been like, okay, this is my style, and it's like not completely masculine, it's not completely feminine, and that's okay. And I think also a lot of people have these stereotypes when it comes to like gay people or lesbians and stuff like that, is that like I know so many people ask me like when I was going to prom, it's like, are you gonna wear a tuxedo? And I was like, no, like I no. And they were like, well, you're gay, so. And I was like, yeah, but that's not how that works. Like, yeah, no, but like
not in prom though.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like they automatically assume that because you're a lesbian, you dress like a man or you want to be a man, and that's not how that works. So I think that the gender could have like a very negative impact on people because it restrains you and it makes you feel like you're not like normal, you know, and yeah.
I think definitely overall gender has had a big impact on my life, and like definitely like family arguments in my life and things like that. So like I kind of have like a negative vibe towards like the whole like gender system and like trying to square people into a box, because it's like also like coming out as gay when I got into college, it was just like one of those things. It's like, oh, so you must want to be a man because you like girls, and I'm like, no. And then that caused confusion in my own life, and it's just like because of like all the like it's just gender has just like led such like a constricting point in my life that like I have to get into arguments like, you're still a girl, you can dress like a girl. I'm like, what does dressing like a girl mean? Like, I'm a girl and I want to wear this, not that. And like it can cause big arguments, especially if like when you're dealing with people who are a little bit older and don't understand these things as much and they're not as accepting of certain things. So I just feel like overall, like, gender labeling and like the system that we've built around gender as a society has just like caused like a negative impact in my life. And I think it gets messier when you bring in like differences of sexuality on how gender works with that, because I feel like you're confusing them in one way already. Yeah. And now you're confusing them in another way and they just don't understand, and then they're just like, no.
Yeah, no.
I don't like it. So.
Yeah. It's just very constrictive. And I think that it just comes with people being more educated that kind of like dissipates, you know what I mean? Because I know like when I talked to when I first came out to my mom, she was like, okay, well, as long as you stay a woman. And I was like, well, what is that like? Of course I'm going to stay a woman because I want to be a woman, but it's like I'm not going to be wearing dresses and skirts all the time, you know? And that's something that is very like, especially with older people and even like people our age, they assume so many things, you know, just because of whether it be your sexuality or just like the way that you present.
Yeah. And it's like, it's funny, like I've gotten into those talks with like people before, like I've worked with people who were like not as accepting, and I'll be like, I'll make comments to one of my friends, like, I don't feel like telling them that I'm gay, like it might not go over well, I don't want to deal with that, and they're like, Lauren, look at you, they're gonna know, and I'm like, why does what I wear have to equate to my sexuality? It should just be two separate things. Just because I dress like this doesn't mean I'm gay. But everyone makes that assumption anyways. They're not wrong, but they make the assumption. I'm like, it's just kind of annoying that they do.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta be the change, you know?
You're so corny.
Starting with this video.
You are so corny.
Okay. So yeah, that was our gender tag. Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe.
Oh my god. Okay, bye.